I'm gonna do a quick recap of the state of play from yesterday in jaded, cynical, burnt out, depressed video game critic style. Astrobot is going to be getting new speedrun levels and special bots arriving this fall. It'll be a free update. Very good. This is good. More Astrobot is good because Astrobot is good. Very good. Good job, PlayStation. The nanosecond that the trailer for the Midnight Walk started, I knew it was made by the people that made Lost in Random, because Lost in Random was awesome, and this looks awesome, and their new studio that they've made is called Moonhood, and it comes to PlayStation 5 and PSVR 2 next year. Luckily, you can play it just on the PS5. You do not need a PSVR 2 to play it. That made me very happy. This looks fantastic, and the entire thing was done with a whole bunch of handcrafted claymation stuff. They have a TikTok account, Moonhood. Go check them out. This game looks awesome. Hell is Us. I agree, but the game doesn't look that fun. Metro Awakening is a VR Metro game. Not interested. This was the worst part of the whole state of play to me. Arcade Chronicles comes to us from a Korean studio making another generic, uninspired, boring, lame, dumb, stupid RPG that's got about as much art direction as a child's macaroni painting, and it'll be a super ultra mega grind fest that honestly is just the worst way you could spend your time. This looks awful. Bleh. Palworld had a surprise shadow drop. It is now available on the PS5 everywhere in the world except for Japan. They want to get as much money as they can before they have to go to court with Nintendo. Good luck, you guys. Really rooting for you. You're gonna die. Lunar Remastered Collection. I've never heard of Lunar, but I actually am interested in this because I have a weird soft spot and affinity for 90s JRPGs, even though I was too busy in the 90s being born to play any of them, but this looks really neat and cute and sweet and charming. New DLC is out for TMNT Shredder's Revenge. Neat. Despite the fact that this game's name is dangerous to Google, Sonic X Shadow Generations looks really neat to me. The levels that they showed off during the State of Play, where it's directly following some of the plot from the upcoming Sonic 3 movie, looked much less neat. Don't do that. Don't do weird movie tie-in stuff, please. Don't do that. Just make the Sonic X Shadow Generations game that already looks neat. None of this movie tie-in stuff. Please stop it. Kiana was voicing Shadow in the level. Okay, continue. Fantasia Neo Dimension. Blah! We had a big, long gameplay segment for Dragon Age the Veilguard, and we've seen so much of Dragon Age the Veilguard already that I don't really know why they would put it in the State of Play at all, because anyone who's going to buy that game at this point is probably already convinced if they're going to buy that game. When it comes out, more people will be convinced, or less people will be convinced, but it was a neat little showcase, had a dragon, cool. The strength of a critic lies in the consistency of their voice. It doesn't matter if you agree with the critic or not. They just need to be consistent in what they think is quality, what they don't think is quality. Then you can compare your own personal interests with the critics to have a better understanding of how you should make a purchase. Okay. Here's a little tip for if you're following me as a critic. Alan Wake 2 is from Remedy Entertainment. If a game is from Remedy Entertainment, odds are I hate it and think it's garbage. So, I don't like this. I don't care about this. There you go. Hitman VR, don't care. I have never played Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 or 2, but honestly it's coded like something that I would really enjoy, so I might be looking at this. Fear the Spotlight. Generic horror, dumb, lame, bleh. Your game's not as scary as you think it is. Bleh, da bleh, da bleh. Towers of Gazba. Here's another tip for if you're following me as a critic. If it's a survival crafting, put a whole bunch of buildings down and run around, make a settlement kind of thing, I don't care. Dynasty Warriors Origins launches January 17th, 2025. It looks really nice and shiny for people that like Dynasty Warriors. Woohoo! Best game of the whole state of play, Monster Hunter Wilds. It's releasing February 28th. To be honest, I would have bought this game just when they said Monster Hunter Wilds and never showed us anything, but we saw a lot of great things. It looks fantastic. Look at that guy. Woo! Woo! The grand irony of LEGO Horizon Adventures is that it looks like the most fun Horizon game that will be one of 4 Horizon games when it comes out, and I still don't want to play it. Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered is real. It's still completely unnecessary, but at least it's only $10 for pre-existing owners of the original version that want to have it upgraded. Looking at you, Nintendo, on your $60 re-releases of games. Oh good, they're adding a photo mode to Stellar Blade. Let's give the Gooners a gooning tool in their Gooner game. How wonderful. You see all of this? All of this weird, unnecessary jump cutting and sparkling stuff? This goes on for an actual full minute. It goes on for a full minute. Just show the shiny controllers that you made. This is the showcase version of this could have been an email. Show the JPEG of what the consoles look like with these fancy colors and move on. Oh my gosh. Boom. That's all it could have been. And then we finally got a strong understanding of who the PS5 Pro is actually made for, thanks to Mark Cerny and his belt that cost him somewhere around $500. You have money to burn on designer belts? The PS5 Pro is for you. Or you could get 1.5 designer belts and still use your perfectly fine PS5 that doesn't have the distant detail, but it still plays games really freaking good. Then they closed the State of Play with the announcement that Ghost of Yote is coming in 2025. I like this. I'm tentatively excited for this. I really enjoyed Ghost of Tsushima. I played it for the very first time earlier this year, and I really enjoyed its ending. I'm glad that this is set 300 years later, so that they don't mess with the ending that they already had. My biggest concern is gameplay wise, I think that they need to evolve their open world in some way. They have already said it's going to be open world, that's fine, but it can't just be more of the clear the icon on the map kind of thing that we've all gotten so used to. And I do think Ghost of Tsushima did that stuff pretty well, but they need to evolve the gameplay in a meaningful way. It cannot just be Ghost of Tsushima slightly different. We need some kind of open world evolution here. I hope they can do that. That was the state of play. I'm done.